CBS Sports brings you Super Bowl number 21. There are 105,000 people sold out at the Rose Bowl, the Denver Broncos against the New York Giants. And if you ask for good weather, you really got it. Temperature is 77 degrees, humidity only 30%, the wind 2 to 5 miles an hour. The forecast is for it to be just like it is, sunny. It will get colder as the evening progresses. Good evening, good afternoon. I'm Pat Summerall, and finally they're going to play Super Bowl number 21. With me, as usual, the very astute gentleman who coached the Oakland Raiders to a Super Bowl championship a few years ago, right in this same site, John Madden. And John, let's talk about strategy first of all for the Denver Broncos, who are 9.5-point underdogs. How do they handle it?
Well, you know, they know that if they're going to win, they have to have a big, big day from John Elway. And we talked to John Elway and Dan Reeves, and they both said the same thing, that the way the Giants play defense, they play that loose zone. You can't force anything. You can't throw deep, but you have to be patient. I think that's the key word. Now, asking a guy like John Elway here to be patient isn't like asking a home run hitter to bunt. John Elway, when he goes back, he looks deep all the time. He wants to fire that deep one, but he feels going into today, he has to take that underneath stuff.
You say when you play the Giants, we got to stop Joe Morris. How are the Giants going to attack today?
Well, I think the Giants know that the Broncos want to stop Joe Morris, so I think they're going to come out throwing. They're going to attack first with the pass, with Phil Simms, throwing to Lionel Manuel, who's starting, maybe Mark Bavaro, getting them deep, loosening up that Bronco defense, and then later coming to Joe Morris with the run.
And the game is coming up, and we'll be back with the player introductions in just a few seconds now. Broncos. From Mississippi, left defensive end number 61, Andre Townsend. From Utah State, the nose tackle, number 71, Greg Cragen. From Utah State, right defensive end, number 75, Rulon Jones. From William and Mary, linebacker number 50, Jim Ryan. From Minnesota, linebacker number 77, Carl Mecklenburg. From Arizona, linebacker number 98, Ricky Hunley. From Louisville, linebacker number 57, Tom Jackson. From San Jose State, left cornerback number 20, Louis Wright. From Michigan, right cornerback number 31, Mike Harden.
What we waiting for right here.
From USC, strong safety number 49, Dennis Smith. From Tulane, the free safety number 43, Steve Foley. The head coach, Dan Reeves, and the rest of the Bronco players and coaches. Now the NFC champions, the New York Giants. The Giants out early. Giants, as is their tradition, the whole team comes out to welcome the starters, which will be the defensive unit. You can see them gathering with their coach, Bill Parcells, waiting to welcome. And that looks like the famous bucket in the middle of the crowd. From Oregon, the left defensive end, number 75, George Martin. From Miami, the nose tackle, number 64, Jim Burt.
Hey, man, get the fuck out of here.
From LSU, the right defensive end, number 70, Leonard Marshall. From Michigan State, linebacker number 58, Carl Banks. From Northwest Louisiana, linebacker number 55, Gary Reasons. From South Carolina State, linebacker number 53, Harry Carson. From North Carolina, linebacker number 56, Lawrence Taylor. From Kansas, the left cornerback, number 34, Elvis Patterson. From North Carolina State, right cornerback, number 23, Perry Williams. From Yale, the strong safety, number 48, Kenny Hill. And from UCLA, the free safety, number 27, Herb Welch. Head coach Bill Parcells and the rest of the Giant players and coaches. We're here to sing our national anthem, Neil Diamond.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
With us today to toss the coin is Green Bay Packer Hall of Famer Willie Davis. The referee for today's game, Jerry Markbright, will now conduct the coin toss ceremony.
For the visiting team, Captain Jackson will call it in the air. The faces are heads, the trophy, tails. Willie, flip it. Tails is the call. It's tails. Denver wins the toss. You want to receive. Denver won the toss. They're going to receive. Good luck, gentlemen. Have a terrific game.
Again, the referee is Jerry Markbright. And the stage is set. Denver won the toss, chose to receive. John Madden, I don't know that there's any way you could hope for better weather, better playing conditions.
Well, I think that some of the big, giant defensive players would wish it were a little cooler. That was one of the things that Bill Parcells was worried about, that, you know, at the end of the season, they played back there in New York in all that cold weather, and he was worried about his team's cardiovascular conditioning. He said the one thing we don't want is a warm day.
Well, it's 77 degrees right now. It probably will cool down to the mid-40s by the time the sun goes down.
I was brought up in the passing lane. I got a mind for motion. I like fast guitars and fancy cars and bike rides on the ocean. Some people call this paradise. I call it Wonderland. And I pledge my allegiance to the king of beers. I'm a genuine bud man. Bud. I'm a bud man, yeah.
Tomorrow it'll be another game, and Foot Locker will be ahead of it in athletic footwear, just like today. Get it right for your body. Come to the Stripes.
We're letting go, we got a real twist. We got the juice and we can't miss. We got the juice, nothing's gonna stop us. We got the taste, no one else can top us. We got the juice.
In every slice you choose.
Okay, but why Tandy Computers? In a word, quality. We do it all, from custom-designed semiconductors to the finished product. Tandy Business Computers are manufactured in our own USA plants. We test, and retest, and test again to ensure one of the highest standards of quality in the industry. And Radio Shack provides total service and support. I'm convinced.
Tandy Computers at Radio Shack Computer Centers. In business, for business.
With a front line like this, it's a whole new ball game. Cheer up, you Monday morning quarterbacks. The season may be over, but Designing Women is taking the field next Sunday.
John Elway, the outstanding athlete at quarterback for Denver. The defense he will be facing, a three-man front, George Martin, Jim Burt in the middle, and Leonard Marshall, already introduced. Four outstanding linebackers, Banks, Reasons, Carson, and Lawrence Taylor in the secondary. They play a zone. Patterson and Williams on the corners, Henny Hill and Herb Welch, the two safety. Elway to throw on first down, comes out of the pocket. This is what they dreaded. Elway scrambles on first down, chased by Harry Carson, knocked out of bounds, a gain of 10. Here's the Bronco offense. Elway the quarterback, Winder and Wilhite start when they use two backs. Vance Johnson and Steve Watson the wide receivers. In front, Studdard, Bishop, Brian, Cooper, Lanier, and Clarence Kay, the tight end. You talk about on offense, you got to stop Joe Morris. You look at the Broncos, you have to contain Elway. Balls at the Bronco 35. Mobley again, that's just Clarence Kay this time on the move. Wilhite tripped up, gain of 2. Will bring up third and long.
Towards the end of the season, He's become one of the best players in the whole league. You can't run at him. You know, you say you want to run away from Lawrence Taylor, that's good, but you have to run into him.
This time. Jackson in Giant territory. Hit by Collins, but a first down Denver.
Have his 4 wide receivers spread that coverage out and then be able to pick all these fast guys. Watch Mark Jackson here in the outside. He just turned Elvis Patterson right around.
39. Elway back to throw. Winder in the middle.
Zone looks like.
2nd and 5. Lang, one of the running backs, along with Winder. Winder with the ball. Stopped by Banks again after a gain of 3. Down for the Broncos. Hands off Winder. No gain. And that's pretty good. Going to get there. And it's good. The Broncos. Officially, it's 48 yards for Rich Parlett. And Denver leads 3-0. 10:51 left first quarter. Return of 19. Phil Simms, the Giant quarterback, and the defense he'll face, at least in the beginning. They make a lot of changes. Townsend and Rulon Jones, the ends. Greg Cragen in the middle. The linebackers, Ryan Mecklenburg, Hunley, and Jackson. And in the secondary, Wright and Harden on the corners, and Smith and Foley, the safety men. Lionel Manuel starting and split wide to the right. Sims going to work early. To Manuel. First down, Giants at about the 38. Giant offensive setup has Sims, of course, the quarterback, Joe Morris and Maurice Carthon, the runners. Johnson and Manuel starting wide. And up front, the group that's been together so long, Benson, Ard, Oates, Godfrey, and Nelson, and the tight end, Mark Bavaro. Manuel moves back in motion, and Sims is going again. Bavaro. By Dennis Smith. Gain of 8. Stacy Robinson. Split wide to the left this time. Bavaro lines up on the right. Manuel moves. And Morris gets the carry. Morris breaks into the secondary and gets down to the Denver 40, out of bounds there by Steve Foley.
Bavaro is 89. Now, they have their weak side linebacker, Tom Jackson, their 57 on Bavaro. They want Mecklenburg on Bavaro. The reason Jackson ends up on him is that Bavaro switched from the left to the right.
Morris again. Out of bounds inside the Denver 30, but there's a flag down on the play.
Holding. It's the Giants, yeah.
Late flag.
Very easy to see.
2nd and 18. The Giants back at the Denver 49. To Morris again. Morris hammers down to the 41. Stopped by Phil Morris. But he's still got 8. Plan. 3rd and 10. Tony Galbraith back in the backfield next to Sims. Now it's McConkey in motion. Sims to Stacy Robinson. And the Giants get their first down.
It's a good move by Stacy Robinson. Watch him, he's going to end up running it out. You see, he started to the inside, and he got the corner, Steve Wilson, to bite for the inside move.
And they still can't. Sims back to throw. Bavaro. And he's down to about the 5.5, a gain of 18. It'll be 1st and goal, Giants. He stopped running over guys. Sims. Touchdown. Zeke Moat.
It's an all-star drive. Moat is the motion man. See him on top of the screen? He came across the formation, up the field, and then back across in the end zone.
Denver 3. We're in the first quarter with 5:27 remaining. Giants took 9 plays in that drive. Sims was 6 for 6. And the touchdown pass to Mowat. Allegre's kickoff goes to Bell. Bell with a little room. Bell almost with a lot of room. Stopped again by Tom Flynn, but a return of 28 yards.
Bill Sims is over there in the sideline talking about that touchdown and about how he got it. Watch his motion. Here's Zeke Mowat. He's going to come across the field of motion. Now the Broncos, this guy's covering him. When he goes in motion, this guy switches. Mowat comes up, boom, beats him here, catches the ball for a touchdown. Watch him now. He starts there, comes across. See the switch in the Bronco defense? Then up and in and touchdown.
Step back. That's Watson in motion. Elway fakes. Gets it out to Winder. Winder for the Giant 44. Stopped by Welch finally. And Harry Carson. But they gain 14 and get a Bronco first down.
They start coming up on that, then boom, go deep.
First down, Denver, and Elway drops again. Fires outside, this time Mobley. Big Orson gets another Denver first down. Gain of 11. And an incomplete pass in the game. Sims 6 for 6 on the drive, and Elway just as efficient and drops again. Gonna throw a screen. It's Winder. Knocked out of bounds finally by Harry Carson, but that's near another Denver first down.
We have 2 fouls on the play on the Giants. Their fouls will be enforced. Personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 53, defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct foul, number 56, for throwing the marker after the foul is called. First down.
Well, let's look again.
Well, here's the screen pass. There's Winder. Someone made a good block on Taylor. Now, that was the first penalty there. That was on Carson for hitting Winder out of bounds. Then the guy threw the thing, and Lawrence Taylor threw the marker.
And as Jerry Markbright said, both penalties were enforced, and so the Broncos are down to the 6-yard line. Sewell with the ball. Sewell cut down by Elvis Patterson, a loss of 3, and Carl Banks again with an assist. Elway thinks so too as he operates out of the spread. Middle. Inside to 5 to Vance Johnson, a gain of 6. And it'll be 3rd and goal from there. He's stopped by Reasons against the Giants. 3rd and goal from the 4, and the 4 wide receivers. Jackson goes in motion. Elway up the middle, touchdown. Recaptured the lead. 2:06 left to play in the first quarter. Denver 10, the Giants 7.
Touchdown again, man. Here's Dave Studdard. He turns out Leonard Marsh, gets that out there. Billy Bryan makes a good block on Burt, gets him going there, and this forms the hole for Elway. Then Keith Bishop leads through here in the linebacker. I got too many scratches in there. Watch the tackle will turn out on Marshall Studdard. Watch the center, Billy Bryan. See, he gets Burt going that way. Look at that big hole there. And then Keith Bishop leads him into the end zone.
Their own 22. Sims again to throw. Again complete. This time Morris. Almost 30-yard line. Andre Townsend made the stop, but
Just did. He's just diagramming to them what we just diagrammed.
2nd and 2 at the 30. Sims to Morris. Morris first down Giants. Woodard again on the stop. 17 points. Denver leading 10-7. That ties Super Bowl record. On 1st and 10. Anderson left side hit behind the line of scrimmage. Mecklenburg was first there, a loss of 2. Down to no seconds, and that's the end of the first quarter. Super Bowl 21, the Broncos lead the Giants 10-7.
We got the style, we got the class, we got the diet, it's making us fast. We got the juice when you got a passion.
juice with 100% NutraSweet. We got the juice. All diet, all delicious. Diet Slice.
Seiko celebrates Super Bowl 21 with Super Gift Time 87. What a golden opportunity to give unrivaled Seiko technology. Fine Seiko design, detail, elegance. Starting tomorrow, participating authorized dealers are offering the most extraordinary values on a special collection of Seiko watches for the dates on your calendar that call for a special gift. Look for the Super Gift Pennant in the window. You'll find super buys inside.
Something's stirring, and there's no denying its energy. Its arrival. This phenomenon goes by the name of Daytona. The brand new front-wheel drive Dodge Daytona. Be prepared for even more excitement per mile. Dodge Daytona. Dodge, setting new standards of performance.
Bring in the drafting table next. You know what it means to start your own business. A lot of work and some big headaches. But I don't take aspirin or Tylenol anymore. Today I take Advil. Fact is, Advil has a non-prescription strength of the medicine in the prescription brand Motrin. Doctors have already recommended Advil over 5 million times for so many types of pain. So today it's Advil. Business is tough enough. I don't want to compete with a headache. Advil, tablets and new caplets. Advanced medicine for pain.
Football's about over, so it's time to hit the greens. So why don't you join my friends and me at Pebble Beach, huh?
The NFL on CBS, Super Bowl number 21, the Giants with Morris left side, in some room. Joe Morris hit by Tony Lilly. One of the things that the Broncos do is change the people around on defense, and the Giants say it doesn't have an effect, but it has to have an effect. 3rd and 3, Sims from the shotgun. Up top and nobody there. McConkey is saying, hey, they interfered with me, knocked me down.
Bill Sims, who said on Thursday, it was about as good as he's ever practiced. He told him, hey, save some of those.
Reed said the same thing about Elway. Lang, the ball carrier, pulled down by Lawrence Taylor. 3rd and 12. Elway wants somebody to move. Motions in that direction. Back to throw. Comes out of the pocket. No question about his arm, and he's got a man. Ben Johnson inside the Giant 30. Winder and Lang. That was a gain of 54 yards from Elway. Back to throw it again. The screen pass to Winder. To about the 22. Stopped by Pepper Johnson. A gain of 6. Vance Johnson on the move, but Elway retreats. Here comes the blitz. Elway unloads. And it's Mobley, and he struggles for enough for a Bronco first down. Pepper Johnson on the stop.
He's going to be a superstar receiver. He really is. He's a new dimension. They don't have guys that weigh that much out in the open field.
Watson was the man in motion. Gene Lang straight at 2nd and 7. Ball at the Giant 13, and Elway drops with a lot of time. Complete to Lang inside the Giant 10. He hangs on. Trouble with the way things are going. He should be. His team leads 10-7. And they're down post again. Elway. Sewell. Kenny Hill on the stop. Gain of 7 and a Bronco first down.
To get what he gave.
He didn't play in the first meeting, the regular season meeting between these two. Stuttered. A tackle lined up at tight end in front. Elway knocked out of bounds at about the 3 by Lawrence Taylor, a loss of 1. Super Bowl 21. Straight ahead and nothing is Will Height.
This will be a play pass. They do have a tackle. Dave Studdard is playing tight end. It could be a tackle eligible. See him down here at the bottom, 70.
So Carlos with his second field goal attempt of the day. This one from 24 yards out. Kubiak holding. Carlos is no good. Second quarter with 7:40 left to play. Here's the miss.
Well, you know, it looked like Kubiak holds the ball. Now it looks like just before he kicks it, see him moving in towards him? Looked like he moved the ball towards him. And then Carlos comes in and just pushes it right out to the right. You see it right there? You see it tilt back towards the holder just before he kicked it.
So the Giants start at their own 20. Sims goes back to throw again. Complete. Bavaro. First and 10, Giants their own 33. And Sims really airing it out. Goes to work again. Finds Stacy Robinson this time. Outside the 40. When Morris got stopped, but carried the load. Tom Jackson, in difficulty. And the Bronco medical staff helping him off the field with 6:40 left in the first half.
I think he pulled a hamstring. It's a non-contact injury. Watch him. He's coming out here in coverage. And watch as he start there. He just pulls up. Right there. See him pull up and start to limp in that right leg. Looked like he just pulled a hamstring or got a cramp.
At the 41. The Giants think they can go wide on short yardage. Instead, they go to Morris, and Morris goes straight ahead and gets the first down. That's a play that no one else runs, but they run it so well. Own 45. Denver leading with 5:13 left in the first half. 10-7. Sims back to throw it. Into the pocket, out of the pocket. Finally gets it out to Carthon, who's hit by Woodard. And he might have gotten a half yard, maybe a 1. Jackson, by the way, sprained his knee on that coverage. 2nd and 9. Morris, hit by Jones, got away from him, stopped by Ryan.
In his class to get an apartment, and he came in the same year as John Elway.
That's McConkey in motion. Sims back to throw under pressure.
And then the ball just died on him, and he one-hopped it out there.
Landetta punt in the direction of Wilhite. Their catch. 38-yard kick. The Broncos take over at their own 15. Elway comes out. Hines. Leonard Marshall. First sack of the day, a loss of 2, 2nd and 12, Broncos their own 13. Elway back again. Pass complete to Clarence Kay. He was down, and down as a result of contact, but nonetheless.
I don't know. That one's hard for me to see through his legs to see if it bounced or not.
And by the way, is with the umpire, who is Bob Boylston. Now here's Jerry Markwright.
After further review, the play stands as called. Third down.
Incomplete. Play stands. It'll make it 3rd and 12. Elway this time out of the spread. Heat, safety. Now he comes in motion. Sims goes back to throw it. Gets it upfield to Joe Morris, and Morris taken down by Ricky Hundley. Good open field tackle. 2nd and 11. Sims to throw. Has some time. To Maurice Carthon to about the 30. Stopped this time by Mecklenburg.
Get that ball, so they had to go in third. Then they got the safety. So that's a big play in this first half.
Remember that. Sims, Bavaro up the middle, incomplete. He had a couple of steps. Great year. Not his best, but not bad. Wilhite, no fair catch. Around the outside to about the 38-yard line where the Broncos will take over. 2 timeouts left. Elway with a lot of time and a lot of arm. And a complete pass to Steve Watson at the Giant 32 out of bounds, stops the clock.
And a complete pass like that. Watch him. Now, most quarterbacks have trouble going to the left and throwing. But going to your left and throwing back all the way across the field, that's not an arm, that's a gun. You ought to have a permit to carry that thing. I think that was the greatest pass I've ever seen.
Off the wrong foot. Oh, it's got to Wilhite. Wilhite to the Giant 20. A pickup of 11 off the shovel pass. Locker room reports. Brent Musburger and Dan Deerdorf analyzing the first half. Here's Elway. As a man at the 15. Steve Sewell. Gain of 6.
Oh, they're saying no.
Incomplete.
Coaches in the last couple of Super Bowls, he's had 3 out of 4.
Flag. Elway out of the pocket. Pass out of the end zone, but the penalty marker back. Somebody on the Giant defense jumped. Denver 10, the Giants 9. Elway looking over the Giant defense. Wilhite, I think, was the intended receiver. Jackson split wide to the left. Watson to the right. Look out for him. Incomplete to Mobley, who hits the goalpost. I'm not sure who's bigger.
The goalpost is still shaking. Look at those poles are still shaking. Just a kick into it, still shaking.
To a shaky post. Some kickers are shaky anyway. From 34 yards out, Harless. No good again.
Bill Parcells nods. He said, that's the second one. He said, you need some breaks like that.
In the first half of Super Bowl 21. And if we're back and talk it over, that's the end of the first half with the score. Denver 10, the Giants 9.
There are some people who like the taste of Coke. And yes, there are some people who like the taste of Pepsi. But there will always be some people who go out of their way for the great taste of RC Cola.
Welcome back, Brad. All those trips you made paid off. The Avcon people just called and gave us the project. Check your top drawer. There's one more trip I want you to take. Aloha, Brad, and thanks.
When there's something special, people know it.
To you, it's a major office complex. To us at Johnson Controls, it's keeping 68,000 people warm or cool. To you, it's a small office building. To us, it's an updated energy management and maintenance program that pays for itself. To you, it's the Superdome. To us, it's handling one of the biggest computerized lighting jobs ever. We're at work in over 500 cities around the world, creating a better climate for business. Give us a call.
First day of work.
Well, wish me luck.
You'll do fine.
Be on time.
Hey, Bill, want to go fishing?
Nope, I'm going to work.
Want to make a good impression.
I hear there's a new kid starting today. Oh, I hope he's cute. We're open in a few minutes, sir.
I think it's a little late to start a new profession. You got what it takes, you know it's true.
You're real
That you'll show them a trick or two.
Let's see, that's 3 bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits, 1 egg McMuffin, 2 sausage muffin with egg, and 1 large oat cake.
Are you sure you never did this before?
Thank you. Come again.
you go?
I don't know how they ever got along without me.
Well, I could have told him that.
No matter who wins, it's how you play the game that counts.
All right, both barrels.
Outlaws, Saturday on CBS.
Oh, you can depend on it.
Well, Brent, I think everyone who suspected and talked about this was going to be a blowout. We got a solid, good football game. It's 10-9, as you said. John, how'd you see the first half? How would you review it?
Well, I really think that the Broncos played better than the Giants did the first half. And I think that, you know, it's easy to blame the kicker. I would say that Rich Carlos got down there, he missed 2 field goals, and he did. But still, you know, the first drive, the first one he missed, the Broncos were down on the 1-yard line, first down on the 1, and they didn't get it in. Then they got down to the 5, and they didn't get it in. They had 6 downs to get it in inside the 5, and then they didn't do it, and then Carlos got it there. So I think combination of Denver playing very well offensively, but not playing well on the goal line, or the Giants playing very well on the goal line.
But for the 2 misses of field goals, it could be 16-9, and we have to go back and look at that safety again and the play that preceded that. That could come back to be a major factor in this game. It's 10-9, Broncos at the half. Lee Roussan and Phil McConkey back deep for the Giants for Carlos kickoff. And it's Roussan outside the 20, outside the 30, out of bounds at about the 37 by Mike Harden. 2nd and 7, Roussan is split out wide to the right. Mecklenburg stayed in the middle that time, and now retreats in coverage, and Sims gets it outside to Maurice Carthon. Outside the 40, about the 43, a gain of 4. Stopped by Andre Townsend. Joe Morris. The handoff from Sims, going for the first down, and he won't get it. Lewis Wright, the first man up there, the veteran who has played and played so well.
Louis Wright for anyone, but especially when you're playing cornerback.
2 feet.
Out in the first half, and I think that was a better approach. They came out, we're going to throw. We're going to loosen you up. We're going to attack you. Then they come out in the second half, and they're going to run.
Look out, Rutledge.
This could be a fake punt. It's a trick.
Rutledge with a long count, hoping they'll jump offside. Now Godfrey is the center.
They only need less than a yard, and he can run an option.
Rutledge, the quarterback. Rutledge, the quarterback, runs for the first down. Nobody jumped offside.
Did you smile on Bill Parcells' face? No, our gutsy call. A lot of guts to call it. It's easy to put in, hard to call. Jeff Rutledge, they get a double team on the nose tackle, and Rutledge just runs right to the right.
Now with the regular offensive setup back in there. Sims back to throw. Up out of the pocket. Off to Morris. Or to McConkey. It was Morris. Mecklenburg got him down for a gain of 12.
Just a running back, that's all I am.
Can't block when you carry the ball all the time. Roussan has replaced him now. He's back there with Maurice Carthon. Sims back to throw. Got some time. Down the middle, Roussan. Inside the Bronco 20.
What they call a seam pass against the zone. What they do is they put a wide receiver down here, a back down this seam. If the safety goes over here, they hit here. I want you to just get 2 guys streaking down the field together. You see the outside receiver go and the halfback. You see him now, that puts a bind on that safety.
First down, Giants at the Denver 17. Morris again. Around the corner. Inside the 15, about the 13. Hit first by Ryan. A gain of 3. Sims to Bavaro, touchdown. The touchdown coming up. We have 10:08 left in the third quarter. Sims to Bavaro. First and 10 Broncos from their own 14. Giants 16-10 leader. Pass deflected. Looking for Vance Johnson.
Spin right around. Sure, you see him, he goes all the way around. Then he comes back. It did affect the linebacker. You see the linebacker start to come that way? Then he tried to throw the shot in there.
Denver's at their own 14. Elway back again. Under pressure. One-handed catch by Vance Johnson. A gain of only 5, but that's remarkable. Quarter. Giants ahead by 6, and Elway retreats. Elway, incomplete. Wilhite, the intended receiver. And Horan will come on. Banks was the defender closest. The Broncos have drastically improved since the first of the year. Good kick. McConkey, no fair catch. At his own 39. With room. McConkey into Denver territory to about the 36th before he's stopped by Woodard. A 42-yard punt, a 17-yard return. In the Navy, still thinks he's flying. First and 10 Giants from the Denver 36, and it's Morris. Morris over the middle, inside the Denver 30. Stopped by Ryan, but a gain of 7. Oates with a good block up front. Manuel in motion. And the handoff is to Morris. First down and more. Steve Wilson on a stop, a gain of 9. That's what they thought they could do. Run wide on third down. Second and 9. Sims back to throw. Again has time. To Manuel. Hasn't been the most publicized individual this week. Adds another element to the Giant offense and adds a first down. I think you're going to get your wish right here. Or your thought. Oh, Sims is going to throw. Sims is going to run. At the 5, Ricky Hunley. And Woodard. But Sims got 5. Well, I don't think that's a migraine. I think that's a contact. Now, that's not as much of a factor. Third down and 3, the ball at the 5. It's Morris and Carthon behind Sims. It's Manuel in motion. It's to Morris. He won't get the first down. He got only 1 yard. Rulon Jones was the first man to make contact. Yards out. Now he seems okay. And the kick is okay. With 3:54 left to play in the third quarter, the Giants 19, Denver 10. Elway has completed only 3. Watson wide right. Screen pass, Wilhite. Wilhite to about the 27-28, tracked down by Leonard Marshall. Complete. Clarence Kay was the intended receiver. Banks the defender. The Giants 19, the Broncos 10. The crowd today 101,643.
Field position.
Second and 8. Sims quickly outside. Manuel. Past the 50, covered by Dennis Smith. Giants 19, Denver 10. 1:55 left third quarter. Sims has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Moves from left to right. Come on. Joe Morris to about the 46. Ricky Hunley on the tackle. He worked again. Here's one of the wrinkles. Going deep for Bobby Johnson. Phil McConkey now. McConkey head over heels. About the 1 or 2 yard line. A gain of 44.
And that's the celebration. Phil McConkey wanted a Super Bowl touchdown. Watch him here. Sims is going to hand off, pitch out to Joe Morris. He spins, turns around back to Sims. McConkey is coming all the way across the field. He catches it wide open. Now he sees that end zone. Make a fake, make a flop. But he didn't get in the end zone.
It was a good move, though.
Oh, it's a flop. Look.
First and goal at the 1. And it's Morris. Touchdown, Giants.
The right guard made a nice block. Watch him. He's going to get Dennis Smith. Watch 61. Right there. See him pulling out. Here comes Morrison behind him. Watch it right there. He gets the outside man, and Morris can get right into the end zone.
20 out of 23. 226 yards and 2 touchdowns. And another one had set up the third. Good running back. Flushed out of the pocket and chased down by Marshall. The third sack of Elway.
He feels that pressure from the left. He tries to step up. He had pressure from both sides. No, I think George Martin knocked the ball out of his hand. Bounced up. And then Marshall got it. And then Lawrence Taylor celebrated. Like, look, I didn't get him, but watch this one. Oh, somersault. Up and down, piston, flop.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Giants 26, the Broncos 10. And we now pause for a word from your local station.
It was so simple. Really, a direct electrical charge here heats up the carbonized filament here, which in turn excites the gases trapped in here. And...
Oh, well, it's very nice, Thomas. But I wanted a Bud Light.
If you want the great taste of Bud Light, ask for it.
Don't feel bad, Thomas. It's not a complete loss.
Bud Light, because everything else is just a light.
Take me back where I belong. Take me where it's safe and warm.
The Goodyear Vector is the all-season radial that pumps water away to keep more tire tread on the road. And for some, that's a comforting thought.
Take me home, Goodyear, take me home. Never matters how far I go. Goodyear, take me home.
You know, Jerry, you're a terrific husband and a super salesman.
Hey, Beth, what is this?
A financial genius. You're not.
Very few of us are. We can help. At New York Life, we have the resources to make the most of your resources. We offer a range of financial opportunities, including mutual funds, universal life, and limited partnerships. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Get the most out of life with New York Life.
I've tried it. Now I believe it. Denerex Tingles tells me it's doing more. Head and Shoulders, no tingle.
Both have dandruff medicine, but Denerex adds both an extra anti-itch medicine and conditioner, too.
Goodbye, Head and Shoulders. Hello, Denerex.
If you swallow a cold pill for your stuffed nose, you have to wait for it to travel all through your body before it gets to your nose. But Dristan Nasal Spray gives you fast relief right on the nose.
Join us at Pebble Beach where the pros are stars and the stars play like pros. Another 8.
He's standing right on the goal line, right on his own end zone line. He retreats into his end zone. Pass picked off by Elvis Patterson. Stopped by Watson. Flags come flying. But the Giants will have possession. The first turnover today. Barry Markbright, the referee. The Giants had 9 first downs in the third quarter. Denver had none.
Number 23, on the second time, first down.
So the Giants take over first and 10 at their own 48. Sims gives to Morris, hit behind the line of scrimmage by Rulon Jones.
Bounce off and they go running after you again.
Sims drops. Stacy Robinson, 20, 16. First down, Giants, they're moving.
Some shot here. Good pass protection. See, he has a little gap there so he can step up, get a little more time, find Robinson outside. Now watch right at the end. Watch 77 come flying at him. Right there.
You're tackling.
But, you know, it goes back to that physics thing again. I got a lot of letters about, what power is and the formula and all, but in all the letters, one thing I say is he has a low center of gravity, and that's why he has so much power.
2nd and 9, Sims going. Going to be a flag in the end zone. Intended Bavaro. Louis Wright, the defender. Bavaro stays down momentarily, but he'll be back.
Watch him, he is beaten. Bavaro's behind him. Bavaro's going for the touchdown. Wright knows that he can't do that, so he just jumps on him, grabs head, neck, helmet, face mask, turns him over and everything. So what the heck? But in the third quarter is where the Giants took over this game. In fact, look what happened since they went in the locker room. Giants came out and had 200 yards of offense to Denver's 2.
The eyes and the intensity of Joe Morris. Carthon was the man on the move. Sims has to duck under it and take the sack. Pushed by Freddie Gilbert first. Third. Sims. There's McConkey's touchdown. Look at Bavaro. He handles him like he's a rag doll. Just on the kickoff.
There's Phil Sims. That's before the touchdown. That was calling the cadence. I think he's throwing it to Mark Bavaro.
He is.
He is. It hit Bavaro right in the face. And then McConkey came off with it. He was watching Bavaro all the way.
What a guy to get the rebound. 56 then left to play. 33-10 Giants. They go right. Here's Elway. Gets it outside to Vance Johnson. That should be enough for a first down in Denver.
Kind of best friends. They even lift weights together. Benson, Sims,
Burt. Here's Elway again. Screen pass, middle screen this time to Wilson. Stopped by Banks again. But a gain of 5.
We were talking to Bill Belichick. He said he's also the hardest working of all our players.
Here's Elway out of the pocket, gets it upfield, complete. Mark Jackson this time. And now he gets up limping. Leading 33-10. But Elway is always dangerous. Will Height, the receiver, right at midfield, a gain of 5. Greg Lasker to make the stop.
But what they're saying is that he can go out and then come back in. He can't come back in and be the first receiver. There he goes, he's out. Now he can come back in. Now, if that was a tip ball, he can catch it.
Well, that's exactly what they ruled after discussing things. Those Gil Mace had made the judgment.
Well, you can see the tip here. See, he can't come back in and be the original. He can come back in and catch a tip pass.
Bounced off Lasker. Hand off Sewell. Blockers in front. And Sewell for another Bronco first down and out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. Denver first down as Elway gives straight ahead again to Will Height. That play by Sewell was their first rush of the second half. Now that's the second. The next thing is training camp.
How about next year, Coach? Can you do it again?
3rd and 4. Here's Elway scrambling up the middle. Got the first down. Collins on the stop.
Field goal, but once they were on the 1-yard line, they couldn't score.
Here's the reverse again to Sewell. And again, it's Carl Banks who makes the stop. 2nd and 16, back at the 20. Elway up into the pocket, now down the middle. Elway stays on his feet, is out of bounds at about the 12. Up the middle is Elway again, slides to the 10. That'll bring up a 4th down. Carlos hits this one. And it's 33-13. 6:01 left to play. The Broncos have all of their timeouts remaining. 33-13. They have everybody left of Rich Carlos for an onside kick. And the Giants handle it well. Bobby Johnson right there, the good hands guys.
Always been like a mother and father. Like this is a father bucket, this is a mother bucket, and since the last game, they had a baby bucket. So this is the baby bucket. So they got 3 now. There's always been 2. One's going to go to Parcells, one's going to go to another assistant, and one will go to a player later in the game.
I guess that clears up the question as to whether they're married or not.
Well, yeah, well, they got married. Yeah, they got married in that baby bucket.
That's Ruth's son over the right side and out of bounds by Steve Wilson. That's the bucket stat.
Well, they ought to. I mean, the bucket, you know, that's how big it is. I mean, 3rd year in the league, and then you ask questions like, is it married? Yeah, bucket's married. Bucket, you got a family bucket? Yep, got a baby bucket. And then brought the ice because we're in California.
The bucket ceremony, unless he's just a decoy today. 3rd and 6. 4:20 left to play. Sims with the ball. Sims down to the 10, inside the 5 to the 2. Another one of those that was not called, I'm sure. Nobody knew he was going to do that but him.
And everything going to the right. Watch, they start here. Fake this thing. Phil Sims fakes, comes back and runs this way. Watch these linebackers. Watch them start this way and not even see Phil Sims. Watch, the backs go that way. Look at the linebackers run over towards Mora. And here's Sims all by himself with nothing in here. So he just runs right up in there where there's nothing in there. And gets it all the way down to the 2.
And it's 1st and goal from there. Anderson, touchdown, Giants.
O.J. Anderson, he's congratulating all the linemen. He's congratulating everyone. This is his Super Bowl touchdown. Traded from the Cardinals. Really didn't play a lot, but he's going to be in the record book. Trades, they do this, they do banquets, they don't have to play, and then they come back because it is tough. And that's going to be the next question when they get in the locker room. Can you repeat?
Then you're going to find out where the parade is.
They got a parade. I think it's going to be in the Giant Stadium.
At Giant Stadium, right.
It's up there today. We had 3 blimps, and we had helicopters. But the blimps, it was an NFL record, Super Bowl record. World record. Yeah, no, it's a world record. There were more blimps over a football game than any game in the history of the sport today.
And that's in the record book. Here's Wilhite. Cash without the express written consent of the National Football League is prohibited. Elway, Wilhite. Giant territory to about the 47. Lawrence Taylor on the stop. Another Denver 1st down, a gain of 11.
Burt there, I think they're starting to plan their ceremony. Not doing it, just planning it now.
Elway up into the pocket, out of the pocket, down the middle. Pass caught by Vance Johnson, touchdown. What a heck of a catch and what a heck of a throw by Elway. With just 2 minutes and 6 seconds left to play.
Lineman. Bardo, Brad Benson, Whap on the quarterback. Who's the MVP?
Again, the Broncos shoot for the onside kick, and it doesn't work. And the Giants come up with the ball. 5 left. Ricky Hundley on the stop. Carson has changed shirts and is in the security uniform now. That's the yellow jacket that security people. And there it comes.
Well, there's 2 kinds. There's plain water and there's the sticky stuff. And when it has color in it, it's sticky. And it really is. Look, he's saying, hey, is there any more there? You guys got any more? Now he looks at the clock because he's looking up there to see how long he has to stay there.
Oh.
He thought it was all over. And I'll tell you, he got the big one there.
Did he ever? That looked like he was going on a honeymoon somewhere with that waterfall. Carson, who's done it all year. Don't forget and stay with us. We'll go to the locker rooms.
The Giants are as high a thrill and as big a thrill and as emotional as you can ever get in sport. And I think the Broncos are the opposite side of that. There's
Jim Burt and his son.
You talk about a look-alike. That kid's playing nose tackle in kindergarten. He goes one-on-one. Look at the size of that guy. Look, he's going nose to nose, head to head. Which, doesn't make any sense either. Because this place is going to be packed. Getting out, you can't get out anyway.
Yeah, you might as well stay, I guess. Kubiak down by Dorsey. And Pepper Johnson. And Eric Howard. And Parcells is up on the shoulders of the offensive lineman.
He's saying, not yet. It's okay, Bill. It's okay. You got it.
Feel, John?
I'll tell you, he feels great. This is as good as it gets. Doesn't get any better than this. And the great thing about it, it lasts forever. It's not something that's not there tomorrow.
You can never take it away.
Well, they have that's the stomp and grind.
Pepper Johnson and William Roberts.
And they have a name. And go right in the middle of the field and do it. They say it's business. They talk about, this and that, the business, the agents, and the strike. When you're out there and this is happening, it's a game. And it's fun, and it's playing, and it's kids.
It's grown kids. McConkey, who got his sheriff's touchdown.
They never wanted to end. Now, if I had a 12 again, I'd just stay out in the field. I wouldn't get off. I think that's what Phil McConkey's thinking. I want to stay out here.
Rutledge with a football under his arm, and that, as you said, was indeed a key play. Wellington Mara in the middle of the team. Parcells. Well, John Madden and I would simply like to say we enjoyed it, and thank you. The final score, the Giants 39, the Broncos 10. Stay tuned for the post-game show.
Nowadays, when it comes to telecommunications, there's a great deal of confusion. With so many different products and services available, it's a real problem knowing what's just right for your company. Well, we have a way to end that confusion and solve those problems. We can help custom tailor an entire telecommunications system to your company's exact needs. No, GTE.
No battery outruns the Energizer.
It's time to change your light bulb. Philips Longer Life Square bulbs last 33% longer than ordinary round bulbs.
Leave it to the good hands, people.
Last year, Allstate paid to repair or rebuild over 600,000 homes
Leave it to the good hands, people.
and over 1 million cars. All told, we spent over $20 million a day restoring the important things in our customers' lives.
Leave it to us to help protect what's important to you.
Your hopes and schemes, your plans and dreams. Leave it to the good hands, people. You're in good hands with Allstate.
A member of the Sears Financial Network.
Wednesday, a case of murder.
He'd been stabbed.
And Tommy Lee Jones is the priest who would risk all that he held sacred.
You really want to know me?
I'll risk it. Broken vows.
The celebration going on now surrounding Jim Burt as he attempts to rejoin his teammates down here in the victorious locker room area. And now it is time to present the Vince Lombardi Trophy for this great season-end performance, not only by Burt, but the entire New York Giant football team. And with me is the Commissioner of Football, Pete Rozelle, and one of the co-owners of the New York Giants, Wellington Mara, and their outstanding coach, Bill Parcells. Commissioner, you make the presentation.
Well, I'm very pleased to congratulate Wellington Mara, the president of the Giants, and also the president of the National Football Conference. Well, your father, Timothy J. Mara, founded the Giants in 1925. In that first season, you were a 9-year-old ball boy. And ever since that time, I think the Giants have been both the business and the love of the Mara family. Bill, all I can say is I'm sure you will reject it, but you're this year's NFL Genius coach. President Reagan has been watching, and he asked me to advise you that at your convenience, he'd like to have the whole Giant squad at the White House. Well, congratulations.
Wellington, your thoughts now.
2 weeks ago, I told Virginia McCaskey that if there were words to express my opinion, I didn't know them yet. I'm not any smarter today than I was then, but I'm very proud to represent the great bunch of men, our coaches and our players, and I'm very happy to accept this in their behalf in recognition of the effort and the achievement that they accomplished by their effort this year. Bill, take it away.
Coach. Great moment for you, Bill, and I have to harken back to the third quarter. It was 4th and 1 at midfield. There are a lot of coaches who would have said, let's punt it. I've got a great punter and a tremendous defense. You decided to gamble at that moment in this game. Tell me about it.
Well, it was about 2 feet, and it's something we've had all year, Brent. And, you know, you're trying to win the game. This is for the World Championship, and, you know, it's not for faint-hearted people, so you got to take your shot. And, you know, it just paid off. I have a lot of confidence in our guys. When I challenge them with that kind of call, they try to make the play. They made every one of them we tried this year.
Bill, did you do anything differently when you saw that Phil Simms had such a hot hand here today?
No, but I just like to say that I think that ought to dispel any myth about Phil Simms, because I'll tell you, he was absolutely magnificent today.
Probably
Absolutely.
the best game played in a Super Bowl a long time by a quarterback. You'd have to harken back to the performances of a Terry Bradshaw.
Well, that might be the best game the quarterbacks played, and you might count all the games for this year.
Now, coaches have had so much trouble repeating, coming back again. I hate to yank you into the future, but what will you tell this group of athletes to try to keep their mind focused in on winning again?
My guys got a good work ethic. They're dependable. They're reliable people. And I think the challenge will be to, you know, to see what we can do and maybe separate ourselves from some of those other great teams. If we can come back and keep competing the way we have, you know, I think we'll be competitive for a while.
Congratulations, Coach. You did a magnificent job. All right. And our Super Bowl today, post-game festivities will continue from the New York Giant locker room in just a moment. The video diary of Tony Galbraith continues here in the Giants locker room. The man who made it work, Phil Simms. He's with Irv Cross. Let's go to Irv.
You know, Brent, Phil Simms threw 11 consecutive receptions, setting a Super Bowl record. Of course, you did everything well, Phil, your MVP. Did you feel like you could have gone 100% today?
Yeah, I did. I just felt like when we were warming up, I just told everybody, I said, I got it today. You know, I was throwing the ball real well. And, you know, we had a lot to prove our offense coming in here because people didn't say anything about us all week. And I think everybody thought our receivers couldn't be a part of this game, and we had something to prove, and we talked about it all week. We were going to come out of here running, and we were just going to see if they could cover us. And the receivers, everything, the game plan was terrific. It really was.
Well, what was the difference in the first half and the second half? Of course, you guys didn't score against the ball in the first time we played them in New York, but you were a completely different team in the second half.
Well, today in the second, the first half we moved it every time. I just had a breakdown a couple times and just missed completing big passes, and we stayed with the same stuff, and we just got it going, and we hit a few big plays, and sometimes you get it going in this league, it's hard to stop it, and that's the way we were today.
Congratulations, Phil. Super Bowl 21's most valuable player, Phil Simms. Brent.
All right, Irv, the other co-owner of the Giants and a man who was instrumental in helping bring George Young to the franchise is Tim Merritt. Tim, you had to turn this group around. There were some lean times. Your reflections.
You're right, Brent, and I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of my mother and my sister and myself to congratulate the players, congratulate the assistant coaches, and to congratulate the greatest head coach the Giants have had in my lifetime, Bill Parcells, and to thank this man right over here, George Young, because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have done this today. And I'm very happy for all our fans because they deserve it. Thank you, Brent.
Thank you. George, your feelings now. This is such a great moment for you. You helped put this team together.
Well, Brent, I'm so happy for both sides of the Marrow family because they gave me the support to try to help Bill Parcells do the wonderful job he's done and how well the players have done. We have great players and great support from the owners. What else can you say? And I'm very happy, really, to see the happy faces of the Giant fans because they've supported us so much for so long.
Well, George and Tim, I don't want to sensationalize the point, but nor do I want to leave without referring to it. And that's the fact that Wellington and Tim do not get along, but the fact remains. They kept the focus on winning football games. They got the job done this year, and they deserve to be acclaimed for that. We will continue with the Super Bowl Today postgame show in just a moment. The other side of the story, Denver coach Dan Reeves is with my colleague Will McDonough in the Bronco locker room. Let's go to Will.
Brent, thanks very much. Dan, it looks like he had a great opportunity in that first half to put this ball game away.
Well, Will, first of all, I'd like to congratulate the Marrows. George Young, Bill Parcells, and the entire coaching staff, and a great football team. For winning the Super Bowl, they certainly played a great football game. The first half, we just didn't, we should have scored about 10 more points at least in the first half. And we knew going into the ball game, if we didn't take advantage of every opportunity we have, we'd be in, tough shape. And we missed a couple of field goals, got first and goal to go on and one and don't score. And so that really was disappointing coming into half, but we still had the lead.
In the second half, they just took the game away from you.
Well, they did. The field position, in the third quarter really killed us. We had the ball backed up, I think, on a 15-yard line about the first 3 times we touched it. They keep us from making a first down. They get great field position, and their offense stuck it in the end zone. We knew going into the ball game, or felt like going into the ball game, we couldn't get in a scoring contest with them because their defense is a 2-minute defense all the time, and we just didn't have enough to keep it interesting there in the third quarter.
Danny, congratulations on a great year. Thanks. Let's go back to Brent.
All right, well, Coach Reeves alluded to that defense, and 2 of the key members are right with me. The youngster, who is destined to become one of the best in the NFL if he keeps playing at this rate, Carl Banks. Carl, the goal line stand, the third down play, you had a huge hand in it. Tell me about it.
Well, it was a key play for us, and the key to making the play was to get penetration. And I got down in 3-point stands, and I said, hey, I got to get in the backfield because they are slashing runners, and they want to hit it quick up into the hole. So it was 2 tight ends, and I got in between the both of them, and I just darted in the backfield.
All right, Carl, and of course, George Martin, he scores more points than any defensive player in history. George, the safety, you scored a touchdown against him in game 1, but tell me about the safety today.
Well, first of all, Brent, I'd just like to sincerely thank Jesus Christ for being a part of my life and thanking all these guys for making it possible. The safety was a little bit of my trickery that I incorporated. I called to my defensive tackle, Eric Howard, and I told him that I was going to give him a dummy call, and to make the offensive tackle think we're going to run a game. And I faked inside, and he bit on it all the way. And then I came outside, and there was John Elway out there, and I just wrapped him up and scored another 2 points.
Was it a physical football game? How would you characterize the play out there on the field, George?
I think initially it was very physical on us. It was very draining and taxing because we weren't accustomed to the hot weather. But after the second half, we came out and made some obvious adjustments, and we became accustomed to it and played our brand of football after that.
Sure did. Congratulations. We're going to come back with another star of that
Lawrence, how much did the heat affect your ball club?
Well, it affected dearly. In the first half, it was so hot, nobody could catch the breath and stuff. And I think the heat of the first half really made it much more difficult for us to play, but guys were getting tired. The second half, when it cooled off, we came out and said, hey, this is our type of weather. Let's go out and play ball. And I think the cool weather in the second half gave us momentum to go in and play well.
You know, something unusual going on in this locker room. You're Super Bowl champions. I don't see any champagne. I don't see any flying around the locker room. When are you going to have the celebration?
I just don't understand. You know, maybe we have to be putting Mets on our uniforms, something like that. But we're going to have a little party later on tonight and over at the hotel, so we'll have some champagne, believe me.
Congratulations, LT.
Thank you very much.
Brett.
All right, Irv, thank you very much. One of the reasons why you don't see champagne in this locker room, the National Football League will not allow it. For the New York Giants, their first Super Bowl triumph, a shining moment they will never forget.